According to authorities, the bodies of all 10 individuals murdered when their small plane crashed into ice on the Bering Sea have been found. The notification was posted on the Nome Volunteer Fire Department's Facebook page on Saturday afternoon. Before a winter storm was predicted to hit the area, recovery workers had been working feverishly to recover the bodies. At around 3 p.m., the fire department posted on social media, stating, "All 10 individuals aboard the Bering airplane have been officially brought home." According to the fire department, crews were still working to recover the aircraft. On Thursday afternoon, the Bering Air single-engine turboprop aircraft vanished while en route from Unalakleet to the hub hamlet of Nome. After a thorough search, it was discovered the following day, with the pilot and all 9 passengers dead. Crews worked quickly on mushy, unstable sea ice to recover the remains and the debris less than a day before bad weather was predicted, while the town struggled to comprehend the deadly incident. After the victims were retrieved, officials indicated the airplane will be relocated using a Black Hawk chopper. Roan Baumgardner and Cameron Hartvigsen were among those killed in the collision. According to the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, they had come to Unalakleet to service a heat recovery system that was essential to the community's water plant. In a statement, the organization's Vice President of Environmental Health and Engineering, David Beveridge, said, "These 2 members of our team lost their lives while serving others. All of Alaska will be affected by the loss of these 2 amazing people, as well as everyone else on board the plane." The names of the other individuals are still under wraps. Lieutenant Ben Endress of the Alaska State Troopers said the jet was used for a routine commute and that all 10 passengers were adults. The U.S. Coast Guard posted a picture of the plane's broken body and wreckage on the sea ice. 2 people circled the wreckage wearing brightly colored emergency gear. During a nighttime press conference, Senator Lisa Murkowski stated, "It's difficult to accept the reality of our loss." As he talked about the killings and the response effort, Nome's mayor, John Handeland, broke down in tears. Nome is a solid community that pulls together to assist one another throughout trying times. As we all attempt to get past this terrible event, I anticipate that the outpouring of support will continue in the days ahead, Handeland stated. According to David Olson, Director of Operations for Bering Air, the Cessna Caravan plane departed Unalakleet at 2:37 p.m. on Thursday, and authorities lost contact with it less than an hour later. The National Weather Service reported a temperature of 17 F, -8.3 C, with mild fog and snow. The plane vanished approximately 30 miles, 48 kilometers southeast of Nome, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. According to U.S. Civil Air Patrol radar forensic data, the plane experienced some kind of event which caused them to experience a rapid loss in elevation and a rapid loss in speed at approximately 3:18 p.m., according to Coast Guard Lieutenant CMDR Benjamin McIntyre Coble. "I can't speculate as to what that event is. I was not aware of any distress signals from the aircraft," McIntyre Coble stated. An emergency locating transmitter is carried by airplanes. The gadget alerts the Coast Guard that an aircraft might be in peril by sending a signal to a satellite if it comes into contact with seawater. He stated the Coast Guard has not received any such messages. According to U.S. Coast Guard spokesperson Mike Salerno, the debris was discovered while rescuers were using a helicopter to explore the last known location of the aircraft. To look into it, 2 rescue swimmers were dropped. The search effort was aided by local, state, and federal agencies that combed miles of icy tundra and areas of ice-dotted seas. 9 individuals from different states were being sent to the scene by the National Transportation Safety Board. Because Alaska's terrain is so vast and its infrastructure is so inadequate, Flying is a necessary form of transportation there. Traveling by small plane is frequent because the majority of settlements are not connected to the developed road system that serves the most populous portion of the state. Goods are transported to many communities by barge or by air, and some high school teams fly to athletic competitions against rival high schools. In 8 days, the plane crash is the third significant aviation accident in the United States. On January 29th, an Army helicopter and a commercial airliner crashed close to the country's capital, killing 67 people. 6 persons on board and 1 person on the ground were killed when a medical transport plane crashed in Philadelphia on January 31st. With hubs in Nome, Kotzebue, and Unalakleet, Bering Air provides service to 32 settlements in western Alaska. Monday through Saturday, flights are scheduled twice a day to most locations. About 690 people live in the community of Unalakleet, which is located 395 miles, about 640 kilometers, northwest of Anchorage and 150 miles, about 240 kilometers, southeast of Nome. The settlement is located on the Iditarod Track, which is the path taken by mushers and their teams as they traverse the icy Norton Sound during the most well-known dog sled race in the world. The Gold Rush settlement of Nome, which is located just south of the Arctic Circle, is where the 1,000-mile, 1,610-kilometer Iditarod comes to an end. Prayer vigils for the passengers, friends and family and search personnel will be held on Friday, according to the city. All 10 people aboard the Alaska plane that crashed have tragically died, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. The aircraft, which was transporting passengers across the frigid waters of Norton Sound, was located approximately 34 miles southeast of Nome after it went missing. Search and rescue teams were immediately dispatched to the scene, but sadly, no survivors were found. Authorities have not yet determined the cause of the crash, and an investigation is currently underway to uncover what may have led to this tragic incident. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, and other aviation officials are expected to analyze flight data, weather conditions, and possible mechanical failures. Local communities have been deeply affected by the loss, as small aircraft play a crucial role in transportation across the remote regions of Alaska. Families of the victims are being notified, and support services have been mobilized to assist those grieving. Officials are urging patience as they work to piece together the events leading up to the accident.